What's happening, so fam? Antojai here. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Lion's Gate and all those dates that resurface every year, 1111, 222, 888, right? Any of those dates have a very specific meaning in our psychology, but do they actually have a meaning in the cosmos based off of how the cosmos is wired? And I'm going to be sharing with you not only the basics about this technique, but I'm also going to be sharing with you an advanced shamanistic technique that's going to help you expand your chakras, expand your energy, and raise your vibration to the next level. So let's talk about our solar system first, right? So as you can see right here, our solar system, our sun, is basically floating through space, and it's going in this trajectory right over here, okay? So it's basically flying through space. It's not stationary. A lot of times people think that this is a stationary effect, and it's not. Like, we're just floating and everything's coming around us. We're actually traveling through space, and the more we travel through space, the more acceleration we actually end up picking up. So we're getting faster and faster through space, okay? So every year, this momentum is getting faster and faster as we travel. And all the planets, all these little small dots, are basically just revolving in their own way around the sun as we travel through space. And I know my drawing is a little bit horrible when it comes to drawing the dynamics of the planets, but this is kind of like what it looks like. We're like a huge atom floating through space at incredible speeds, okay? That's pretty much how this looks like. We're traveling. We're an atom traveling in deep space. Now, if I flip this over and we look at the Milky Way, this could be literally, we're going to write the Milky Way. This is our galaxy. It's two spirals. Those spirals are perpetually moving inward and somewhat outward, okay? So there's a constant like gravitational pull that happens with all this energy perpetually. Now, if we go ahead and we just say we locate our sun here, right? We locate this sun, and our sun is basically traveling across this trajectory, right? It's going in some way, shape, or form closer and closer to something that we call the black sun. The black sun is at the very center of our universe. This is considered a black hole, all right? So if this is us with all like those movements and the planets going around, if 888 was here, then we're just gonna say like Lion's Gate, right, instead of 888. If Lion's Gate was here about a decade ago, Lion's Gate would also move because of the movement. So as Lion's Gate goes deeper and deeper, we're just gonna put an 8 here, an 8 here. Lion's Gate keeps traveling along with the spiral of the cosmos, okay? Follow with me, you're gonna figure it out in just a second. That means that if 888 was here a decade ago, 10 years ago, okay? If that was 888. 888 this year could be right here where we're just located right now. It's not always going to be the same exact space as when it was 10 years ago, because the whole entire cosmos is perpetually moving. As the cosmos continues to move, we change. So oftentimes people think, oh, 888 is like this linear structure, right? Like as we travel to the universe, every time we come across here is 888. Every time we come across here, it's 888. And when we cross around here, 888, right? And I say 888 because the energy of the Lion's Gate really does have a 888 number, right? But really, in our reality, 888 could have been here, then it could have been here. Next year, it can be here. The year after that, it could be, actually, we'll just stay right there. It could be right there. And finally, towards the end of it all, it could be over there. It's a constant moving shift. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because I want you to stop thinking linearly, okay? The whole entire world looks at these portals, 1111, 88, 22s, you know, right, as like this linear process. Like we're always making a check mark, but everything in the universe changes. So as you start realizing, okay, at one point it was here, 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 and it's going to constantly change as we continue to dive deeper into our own consciousness, as our planet travels through the Milky Way and has its own experiences. We really start to experience and have this knowledge of, you know, okay, 888 is really just a psychological number. 8 and like the Lion's Gate can be activated at any given moment. If you're a Leo, you already have access to the 8 portal, right? The Lion's Gate portal. Because you're a Leo, you have the lion's energy. Every August, in some way, shape, or form, you could say that's the activation of the 8 portal, right? The Lion's Gate portal. Every summer, you could say that's your activation of the Lion's portal. And that should be your mantra. That's what the whole point of the Lion's Gate is. For everyone else, the Lion's Gate is just a perception. It's an idea. If you took the second right now to say, okay, I'm going to stop and I'm going to tune myself to Lion's Gate energy, it would start talking to you. It would start having energies with you. It would start inspiring you. If you told yourself 3 months from now or 3 months ago that you wanted to connect to the Lion's Gate energy, you could, because the Lion's Gate is not in a fixed place every time. People wait all year long to almost experience the fixed space that's there, but it's not, right? And since the cosmos is perpetually moving and these are just ideas, you have the ability to embody these energies whenever you'd like. And it's as simple as you focusing on the number 888. When you decide to meditate on that number 888, then you're able to then put yourself in this higher perspective and say, all right, you know, I'm tuning myself to not only strength, but self-love and abundance. And all those energies will start coming to you regardless of whether or not we're in the Lion's Gate or we're experiencing another frequency like 1111, right? If you were having an interpretation, right, like we're on November 11th, right? Let's say we're on November 11th, 22. Okay, that's going to be the next one that comes up that everyone's going to be losing their minds about. 11, 11, 22. Because they're going to say, oh my God, 11 plus 11 is 22. And then 22 plus 22 is 44. The meaning of that energy is really just saying everything's okay, follow your intuition, right? But if I wanted to feel like everything's okay, follow your intuition, why do I have to wait till November 11th, 2022 or every November? It's kind of like a ritual holiday, similar to thinking about Valentine's Day. Why do you wait one day a year to express love to anybody? Love should be a perpetual state that you express love to at any given moment when you feel inspired to do that, right? So here we start seeing how this dynamic is really a false reality. It is an illusion. The illusion of the cosmos itself is helpful. I'm not saying completely abandon it, right? But a true shaman understands that these trends, these fads that are happening on the internet, 1111, Lion's Gate, they don't actually coincide with the structure of the universe. Now, do we always come back around to very similar points, right? If last year we were here, in about like 19 years time, we might be around here again. So we do get very close to almost like a repetition of what's going on, but it's never the exact same. The universe is a spiral. We never just spiral. We don't ever just do this and come right back to this point. We don't do that, right? We don't just keep coming back to this point. We keep traveling and we come to this point, and we keep traveling and we come to that point, right? So a lot of people have like this misconception here that the Lion's Gate or whatever special date is the pure power of the portal. The portal is in your mind. If you convinced yourself that the Lion's Gate is every day of your life, then you would literally experience the Lion's Gate every day of your life. If you took the time to meditate and do some Reiki to yourself or tune yourself to the frequency of 888, or even attune yourself to the tarot card of strength, you would notice that you would be experiencing the Lion's Gate 24/7 without having to wait for that specific date. So really, alchemy, the cosmos, and all these different kind of astrological meanings are perceptions that take manifested form. They have a cycle in a physical universe, but they do not have that same cycle in our internal universe. So in a physical universe, it shows up as every August 8th is basically the Lion's Gate. And then every year we have numerology that aligns itself with something, right? But even if we look at the Lion's Gate, 8-8, right? And today's date is like 8/8/22. So 8 means abundance. 8 means also infinity. You can be abundant and infinite whenever you feel like you want to be abundant and infinite. If we take these two numbers and we add them together, we get 16. 16 means manifesting abundance. You can manifest abundance whenever you'd like. If we take this 16 and we add them together, it's a 7, harmony. You can experience harmony whenever you feel like. You don't have to wait for the Lion's Gate. If we take this 7 and we start breaking down the 22s so that they can meet each other, 2 plus 2 equals 4. That's intuition. You already have access to that right this second. If we take 7 and 4, 7 means harmony, 4 means intuition. Be in harmony with your intuition. That's called meditation. If we add these two numbers together, 7 plus 4, we end up getting 11. 11 says manifest, right? And if we take 11 and we add 1 plus 1, we get 2. 2 ends up meaning positivity, right? So the whole message of the Lion's Gate portal is a state of existence, right? It's not this thing that happens once a year. It's just something that you're reminded of once a year. Similar to Valentine's Day, you're reminded once a year to show expressive love to other people, right? As a holiday. You can consider these as holidays, right? You don't have to wait till Christmas to give someone a gift. You don't have to wait till Valentine's Day to tell someone you love them. You don't have to wait to the Lion's Gate or 11/11/22 or 10/10/10, whatever date that shows up that becomes a fad on social media. You don't have to wait for that date to show you what you need to do. You just need to understand what's the state of existence. We are infinitely abundant, and we can manifest our material universe in harmony when we listen to our intuition, listening to the positivity that we know we should be manifesting, and staying positive with that manifestation. That's the lesson of the Lion's Gate. And I know that some people are like, well, isn't everyone meditating on the Lion's Gate together? Isn't that what's actually causing a lot of the influence for all of us to kind of come together? Yes, there is power in collective consciousness. Collective consciousness is actually very useful with certain kinds of manifestation, but collective consciousness can also be a limitation in your manifestations. And this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. So you have to be aware that these trends can even limit you. In this year of 2022, and I'm going to just say this almost every year coming forward, I would not try to meditate on these special dates that everyone starts talking about, because partially this is the illusion. These are states, right? Internally, if we want to be abundant and we want to manifest positivity, that's just something we have to hold on to internally and create a reality from that. These numbers and these numerologies are just showing us in a physical format in our reality what it could look like as a cosmos, right? Like those feelings that we carry inside about being infinitely abundant show up as a reminder on August 8th for all of us. But you also have to understand that not only is the universe constantly changing, but human calendars and the way that we look at the universe changes as well. The calendars have been manipulated multiple times. So in all reality, 888, right? Today could be what we believe to be August 8th, the Lion's Gate. But in all reality, we could still be in a different calendar in July, and it could be July 16th today. We wouldn't know the difference unless we went back and we started doing some of the ancient techniques of looking at calendars and looking at the stars, because calendars change. The other thing that I would really like to point out here is that there are even different kinds of philosophies and theories, conspiracy theories out there in the world. And I've personally found this in my own universe, that we're not actually living in 2022. We would actually be living right now in 2014 because 2020 would have been 2012. Okay, so there's a other calendar system that states that right now it's not 2022, it's actually 2014, because at 2020 it was the real 2012. Okay, so if we even think about those inconsistencies in our human consciousness, whether or not it's actually 2022 or if it's 2014, or if the calendars have been manipulated so much just to compensate specific things. There's different kinds of calendars for even our way of processing the universe. So today it could very much so be 8-9, right? And that's the other thing that's really important here for you to understand. Right now on the other side of the globe, it's already the day after the Lion's Gate. Okay, you might be watching this video on the day after the Lion's Gate. In the Western world right now, we're experiencing the Lion's Gate. But on the other side of the planet, they've already had that experience. The Lion Gate doesn't exist. So the Lion's Gate is really just a perception, because it's not affecting the whole entire globe in the same exact way. And some people are already over the fact that they were even contemplating the Lion's Gate, right? So I want you to just keep this idea. It's about attuning yourself to the meanings of these things, not actually waiting every year. Like if you love the Lion's Gate so much, because every time the Lion's Gate comes through, you're like inspired and you want to love yourself and you feel more courageous and you go after the things you want and you're just super real about yourself, then great. How about you just hold on to that feeling, hold on to that energy, and keep trucking through the rest of your reality with that energy, right? Don't wait once a year to remind yourself that you can be that person. Don't get caught up in the trends. Even though the spiritual community has really waken up right now and we're going through a lot of different expansion processes and we're learning a lot about ourselves in esoterica, there are still very common traps that happen here, right? And you have to be aware of these traps, especially when they start making those conspiracy theory trends where it's like, oh my God, this or that, right? You even have to take those with a grain of salt. You need to look at the bigger picture. The universe doesn't work linearly. The universe works in a chaotic, ordered fashion. So hopefully this video was really, really helpful for you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. And if you're looking to change your life, become the best shaman possible, energy healer, or you just want to go ahead and start really mastering your reality so you can start bringing forth all the manifestations you've been holding deep inside, go ahead, check out the links in the description below. Join our school, our masterclass, and see if it's a good fit. We're just basically going to talk about what your needs are, what your goals are, how we can help you get there. And if it's a good fit, we'll invite you into our school so you can basically make your life happen now. You'll be working with me one-on-one and with our group as well, group coaching classes every 2 weeks, as well as your own individual time with me. Everything's going to be recorded, everything's going to be awesome, and you're going to see shifts just happen so quickly. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. So thanks so much for watching the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.